Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome or welcome back to Soulful Healing Tarot. In this reading, we are channeling the honest and unfiltered thoughts about you. Okay, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and pick a file. Pick an imagery that you're most drawn to. Use your intuition. Pause the video if you need more time, and the timestamps will be in the comment section below. I shall see you at your reading. Bye bye. Hello, beautiful souls of pile number one. Welcome to your reading. So let's find out what their honest and unfiltered thoughts are about you. And this could be anyone. This could be a love interest or a crush or a group of people, your friends, colleagues, right? See how it fits. I have some stickers here that has come through. So let's find out. Let's dive right into the reading, right? So look at the sticker. So it's a heart and it contains a lot of other visuals and imagery, right? And there's a lot going on there. It is colorful. There are some, darker tones to it and some brighter tones to it. So they feel like you are a very creative and your imagination is very vivid, okay? That you can explain like a story. You can tell a story in a very vivid way, or you can come up with ideas and creative ideas and content or anything, right? You're very creative, very talented that way. Maybe you like to read too. They also think that your inner world is very interesting. Like if they have a conversation with you, they can tell that there's a lot going on within you. Okay, there's a lot of things that are happening, and I think you are also very excited about these things. And some are, some are melancholic, some are, very fun and exciting, some are turbulent, some are like, of dreams and a lot of things that are happening within you. Okay, I can see that through this picture. So this is how they perceive you. They feel like, you are someone that is holding a lot. Okay, when it comes to thoughts, when it comes to emotions, when it comes to how you feel, it's all within you. It's all, there's a landscape that keeps changing. Okay, so that is very interesting for them. They find that very interesting. You have your own thing going on. Okay, there's a lot of things that is going on in your head, your own thing, and they also feel like you are very photogenic. Look at this camera sticker. So I feel like this is also a vintage camera. Okay, so they are, the way you look, the way, the vibe that you give off is very, old school vintage kind of a vibe. Okay, I think it is very unique in this time. You kind of keep that vibe. It is either something that you deliberately portray, like, it is a sense of your aesthetics, or it is something that naturally comes to you. When people look at you, they say, hey, you know what, you look like someone from the 80s or someone from the 90s or even 70s or 60s. Like, there is this look about you that gives them this vibe. And yes, they do think you're very photogenic. You look good in every picture. Every picture you click, there is no bad angle to you. Okay, you click a picture and it is always good. It is one of those reels that you see, right? When you click a picture of that photogenic friend, every picture they look fantastic. They really look so great. And when you click your pictures like that, it really doesn't give the same vibe, right? It's all you need to be, make sure that your angles are right and all that. But they feel like you are elegant very effortlessly. You're very natural. You're very photogenic. You have that aura about you, right? We also have the sticker. It's a moon with stars on it and mushrooms and veins growing out of it, right? And berries. This is what I'm talking about when I say that, you have a lot of the quality of emotions that run within you is like, very deep, and it is giving me like someone who is a poet, okay, very creative, uh, like poet. They can really, if you write something, if you have the habit of writing, or if you really write, or if you express this creativity onto paper, or through some hobbies of yours, it kind of blooms into something else, okay, for people. If you translate it into paper through poetry or through your art, it has the feeling of, like you're on mushrooms, right? There's mushrooms growing here. It has that quality of some unrealistic fantasy about it, and it is very alluring, okay? And it is giving, like, something that is very addictive. It is not addiction. I shouldn't call it addiction. What do you call it? What do you call substances, right? Mushrooms. When you're on mushrooms, you see all these visuals and stuff, right? So it's giving that sensory high. Let's just say that, okay? So you as a person, you are like this, and your work that you do, right? When you translate your work into whatever it is that you do, that also gives off the same aura. Okay, it has that feeling of a sensory, the excitement, and something magical, right? Something from the other world. So this is the aura about you. Someone who has star-like qualities, someone who has, whose emotions are studded with, they have the glittery emotions. Let's just say that. Your emotions also like glitter in the light, okay? Like, your emotions, anything that you express has that glittery, flashy quality about them. Like, even this camera has a flash, right? So it has that light, okay, that glimmer. And this can be a glimmer of hope for some people. They see you as a glimmer of hope. They see that, anything that you feel, even if it is some sadness, something always grows out of it, something good. Okay? Something good keeps growing out of you. Pile number ones. And I was not expecting this to go there and this deep. See, your trust in me opens door to greater security. So yes, they feel like you are a person who can be trusted, and they feel very secure around you in your energy. And sometimes that is why they kind of question it. It is like some natural aura that you have, okay? And they are questioning it because initially people would tend to fear it. I'm like, wow, what is this very mellow feeling that I feel around pile number one? Like literally being spellbound by their energy, right? Where literally feeling like you are high on something and very relaxed and very mellow and very trusting and secure energy is what is coming through. See, although you hold all these emotions, right, you don't show like the extreme, uh, like lower energies to anyone. It is deep within you. You will contain it in your heart and you will feel it, or you will express it through some creative endeavors or something like that. See, like we were talking about that fear, right? Examine the fear. So they feel like, even they feel like you're a person they try to resist. Like, your company is something they try to resist. This is the initial fear that I'm talking about in your presence, because they try to hold back. They don't want to change. There is something about your presence being bringing growth in some way in people's life, okay? But they initially, this whoever we are talking about, right, they kind of have this fear about your energy. So you might have noticed this also in them. They might be, very hesitant or looking at you in a skeptical way, like, who's this mystery being, right? What are they made of? How come they have such an influence on me, right? So it is your natural influence, okay? It is not something that you are creating. And some people, they try really hard to be like how you are, okay? Maybe they're not trying to copy you. It's just that when they meet you, you are effortlessly carrying a lot of qualities they try really hard to bring in, right? So that might cause some questions in them because it is challenging their own thought process, not yours, right? It is challenging them to grow. So some people, I see this person or some people, they have experienced this resistance when it comes to your energy, trying to be fearful of you, who you are, and they try to hold back. Okay, yeah. See, you have this energy of know that you've already won, so you're not competing against anything. See, this is what I'm talking about. You are in your own strength. Okay, you are who you are, and you carry that effortlessly. It is not something that you consciously do. It is something that comes to you very effortlessly. You carry your presence very gracefully, very effortlessly, and whoever you are, you are. You're very acceptive and receptive of this energy. If you feel this way today, today you're feeling a little low, little, not yourself, and some other kind of energy that may not be the best to experience, right? You will be that person that day. You will not try to be, okay, no, I will try to be happy, I will try to be something else. But when you are acceptive and receptive of this energy, you kind of, you're dealing it by yourself, you're carrying it within you. And people are wondering, like, how this person is not trying to, like, people please or trying to put in superficial image about themselves to the world. Why are they being so open about how they feel, right? In their energy. Like, you might feel that way one day, you might feel a different way the next day, but you carry that with you. You don't try to seem like something else. You are as you feel, okay? So that is something about you. And you don't make this a problem to others, okay? You don't. I feel like you are a very, you were soft spoken, or you just, some people, when you look at them, they sometimes are in, look like they're in pain because they're carrying a lot of things within them, heavy emotions, maybe, and people tend to define them by these emotions, okay? But for them it is always ever changing landscape, okay? Sometimes they feel this way, sometimes they feel a different way, and probably they kind of enjoy, even if not consciously, like all these feelings, okay? All these things that they experience in life, right? So I feel like you're seen as someone like this, and people who get it will get it. And this person right now is still trying to understand the depths of who you are. Okay. Yes, I'm talking about how healing you feel, right? See, it says healing feels. You're very healing that way. Your presence itself is very healing. They find your presence very healing. It says an old ache or injury is finally getting the love it needs to heal. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. It feels like, they're on mushrooms. Your energy is very calming and mellow and very healing. Just talking to you itself is very healing for them. What did we say? We were talking about authentic over approval, right? See, you are someone, they feel that you are someone who lives authentically. You are someone who feels being authentic is more important over being approved by others, okay? Gaining someone else's approval, you don't care about that. You want to be authentic. This is what I was talking about when we were talking about the feelings, right? You will experience it as it is. You will not try to put on a face or put on a different outlook of yourself, and you're not really feeling that way, okay? And how everything is coming as I have described you. A very gentle touch, right? You bring that gentle touch. I told you, you're very soft spoken, you're very gentle. Even if you feel a lot of things within you, you carry it with grace, okay? It is yours to handle. You don't show it to others. You don't really, lay it out for others to carry. It is not their burdens. You don't want to burden anyone that way. You are always gentle, okay? You you love. I feel like you just love being yourself, okay? You just love yourself and everything that you experience. Very poetic, very, it's about, it feels like I'm talking about a poetry, okay, a book of poetry. That is how I would describe you through this reading. Maybe not them, right? I feel like I'm talking about a book of poetry. Then we have club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. So this is the resistance that we are talking about, okay? They feel like they have to really resist something. They are very skeptical about your energy when it comes to, them spending time with you, them wanting to come and talk to you or know more about you and getting influenced by you is, they're fearing that, they're questioning that, they're feeling like they're doing this against their will, like you have some kind of magic power or something. It is them working with their shadows. This has nothing to do with you, okay? So they are working with their shadows, but I can sense how this can also be, something that you have to deal with if people are projecting it on you, right? I can't tell through this reading, but let's find out. Look at the other cards. Whatever it is, you carry it really well, okay? I don't know how you're doing that, but you're carrying it very well. Heart. Now I know how you're doing that. You have so much love in your heart. You have deep affection and caring. Okay, you are deep. You have so much love and affection, and you're very nurturing towards everything around you and people around you. That's how you're doing this, pile number one. See, look at your energy. I am undone by your presence. This is how they feel about you. That you're healing and your presence, they're undone by your presence. What else is to say? See, look at this, the Wheel of Fortune. Something about you is also invoking spiritual growth in people, okay? An energy with this person or energy around them, around these people. Something about you bring in to bring that transformation, okay? If people are going through some cyclic events in their life which is not really good for them, then you come in and change the fate for them, okay? You come and question their fate. You really question what their belief systems are, what their values are, because you're coming from a very authentic place, right? Mostly, I think this is what people question about them when they are in your presence. They always question, am I this authentic? Right? So they have to face the shadow. I did gather this energy of shadow work even when initially, right, when we were speaking, I did mention shadow work, the resistance, the fear, right? They have to face their shadows. So you're bringing that, shadow work, you're bringing in with your energy, you're triggering it somehow, okay? But in a more very healing and in a good, gentle way, in a caring and affectionate way. However, the way they receive it because of their shadows can be different. But your energy is very authentic, okay? Very soft, very gentle, very nurturing. What a sweet person. What a mature and wise person, I would say. See, we have judgment. This is what I'm talking about. It's a spiritual judgment, okay? They have to come and question their authenticity in the world right now when they are with you, in your presence. It makes them question who they are. They also have the oak. Yeah, they think you're very wise. Okay, you're very wise. You are, like I said, your internal world. There's a lot going on there. You see, there's mushrooms on this. I don't know if you can see it, but there are mushrooms on this oak tree. Okay, I don't think you can see it. Sorry. So it says, don't just look within, dive deeply into the eternal realms of knowing. Yes, they find you, you're very, you have a lot of wisdom, inner wisdom. You might even be a spiritually oriented person, and you kind of provide shelter and a symbiotic environment for everything around you, the ecosystem around you to grow. Okay, you might see like a lot of people with their energy because they're very nurturing and they're caring and they have a lot of love. A lot of animals tend to be attracted to this energy. You might find them, wherever they go, birds are coming, birds come and they are ready to, because they're providing food too. But birds are more trusting towards this person. Animals are more trusting towards this person. Okay, they gather that kind of energy, and you will see that there's a lot of plants and animals and all thriving in their energy. So this is you. Okay, they see you as this person. Although they may not be able to define it the way that I am saying it, right? They are awakening to this knowledge of you, who you are. And I really I really love your energy file number one. I don't know who you are. Please comment below who you are, where you're from, and if you can resonate with this energy. And if you really think this person is waking up to seeing you this way, right? I think you might also be, I don't know, I'm saying comment. I don't know if you are willing to comment on this video right now, because I feel like you would just watch and, which I'm okay with, even I do that. You would just watch and listen to it and gently smile and just move on, right? Which is okay. Which is okay, because I want to get to know you, like who is this person of file number one. They seem so genuine and authentic, and I would like to know them, right? So yeah, file number one, that is it for your reading. I shall see you in my next reading. Until then, bye bye. Hello, beautiful souls of file number two. Welcome to your reading. So let's find out what their unfiltered and honest thoughts are about you. And when I say they, it could be your loved one or that romantic interest, your friends. See how it resonates for you, okay? You must already have a person on your mind right now as I'm speaking, right? So let's dive right in. I have a few stickers here. This one shows, like a backpack all piled up, like as though you're ready to move. You're going for a trekking, or maybe they think you love to travel and you're very organized and you like to move about a lot. Okay, not someone who stays at one place for a long time, maybe, right? Someone who's living out of their suitcase. This is just an imagery that is coming in that is the visual that is coming in my mind, because I'm seeing someone who's living out of their suitcase, but not in a bad way. I feel like you are very organized. You right now, maybe you've not found a place where, like, okay, I'm going to lay my, foundation here. I am going to build something here. That is not something that they see in you right now. What they see is someone who likes to move about, okay, who likes to have some experiences and visit places and people, get to know them, understand what kind of community fits for them, and literally trying to figure, like, their place in life and with people and with community right now. Then we have Hawaii and this rainbow. So when I look at this sticker, right, the immediate thought that comes in my mind is, like, the people of Hawaii and their raw, authentic aura, and the roots, the cultural roots, and the beauty, even, right? The good looks that they have. And people admire that, right, about them, the male or the woman, whoever it is. We really enjoy that. And The flowers, the flower garland they wear, and the tan. So even they are tanned, right? They are probably someone, they think that you enjoy tropical coastal areas, and you are indeed a very colorful person. Okay, you love colors, and you really love to explore. They might even think that you are from the LGBTQ community, and that I don't know. Let's find out. Let's read into your cards more. So we have the Starbucks here. They think that you like Starbucks, you like to drink, get a drink from, you have like a favorite drink there, like an order. That's something that they notice. Some drink that you order often from Starbucks. And it also has the siren symbology here, right? So they might, they do think that you are like a siren, okay? You're tempting like the siren. Siren also, this symbol also means protection, and also a lot of matriarchal power, right? So they think you are very powerful that way, and you're tempting, you're alluring, and you have a very deep connection with the sea. I did speak about the coastal area, right? So probably something about your connection with the sea and the coastal areas, something about that. They feel like you belong to this place. There is a sense of belonging where you're always packing up, probably to go to travel to some place near the beach or the sea or something like that, a water body. Okay, when I look at this card, these bags, right, it looks like they're going trekking. And then I'm looking at the water body. I'm a bit confused, but let's see like what the cards have to say. So travel in general, or are you particularly interested in coastal areas? Yeah, see, they think that you like your freedom, you like your, sorry, your space. It says, I appreciate your efforts, but don't suffocate me. Yeah, you don't like people doing too much for you, like, being in your energy too much and suffocating you, right? You like your own energy, your free will, and ability to move about. You don't like being controlled and put in one place, okay? So that is what is coming through. It says manifestations, tower of intention, creating reality, alignment, focus on your will. Yeah, you are very much focused on your will, okay, to find it, to experience a lot of things, like you're manifesting a lot of things into your life. This does not have necessarily mean you are consciously doing it. This thing, it means more like you are making the effort to do it. Like I was talking about how you travel to find the right kind of people, the community that fits for you, right? How will you know without trying? So you will go try it out first. You will go experience all these things first, even this can even be, I'm speaking strictly of travel, but this can be with anything in your life. Like, let's say, even skincare, or you might try out all the products till you find the right ones that work for you, okay? And you might move around with a lot of people, like friends, and till the right fit, right? uh, till you start appreciating, okay, this is the group for me. You might be seen with a lot of crowd like that, okay? They might be noticing you moving about and not being really ready to, even with them, right? You may not be even be ready to spend a lot of time with them because you want to be out and about with others as well, to get to know them. It says smile. They really like your smile. They like to see you smiling. These are their unfiltered thoughts that they are probably, I see them looking at you from a distance and really noticing the way you smile. There's something about your smile. So, like, very particular detail about your smile that they notice. And right now, what is coming to my mind is that it is not too wide, and you don't open your mouth too much. It's just a very gentle smile, okay? A very small, gentle smile. Usually, when you do this, when you're tilting your head or looking down or in sideways and smiling, right? So that smile is what they like about. They are noticing and they really appreciate that smile. Very soft smile. It is there's something that they are noticing that is coming through in my head right now. It says, I smile because there's so much to be happy about. Even when I can't see it, my smile is the first step in the direction of happiness for myself and others, and is a gift that I release out into the universe for everyone to benefit. Yeah, they really love to see you smile. Okay, this is more about how they see you smile rather than how you approach your approach towards life or anything. I think this is something that you unconsciously do. Um, your smile is something that really makes them happy. Yeah, I also see that they see you as someone who radiates their light. Okay, they see you as someone who's focused on your own glow, and you are attracting something that it truly aligns with your highest self. So you don't compromise, you don't settle, you will not listen to anyone. If people are trying to lecture you about, what stability and you need to do these things, there are timelines, and you need to follow this kind of structure. No, if it doesn't feel right with you, you don't really stay there. Okay, you move towards more of alignment. That is why, you have this will and manifestation here. You radiate that light. I feel like right now, it is not like you figured out everything. You don't seem like a person who has figured everything out, but are in the process of figuring things out, and they're very willing to do it, very willingly inclined towards that alignment, okay, and these experiences. And you are very sorted in your head that way. You will not like, you're very strong-willed, and you know what you want. You're very sorted, like I said, very organized. When I said organized with this backpacks, you're also very organized in your head as well, head space as well. And they see you like, radiating your light, and you're focusing on your own glow, and you're very focused on your aligning with your highest self right now. Because as this card says, the smile card says, right, once you're aligned with your highest self, it is what will benefit you and others even. And you're very aware of this fact. They see that, they sense that about you. You're very aware that you cannot be in a place where people don't appreciate you, your value, and what you have to offer, the way you are, even, right? There is going to be tension, there's going to be, people are going to be sad, there'll be expectations. Instead, why it is better to always gravitate towards people and places that is more aligned with you and for you, and that calling is there. We did speak about the sea and the siren and the temptation, right? You are also following that calling. Sirens also, like, they have this, they sing a song, and this is very alluring, and the pirates or the sailors are really pulled towards that. This is how they see you, okay, but you also have a calling like this, like a siren calling that is more from your higher self perspective, okay, from the life that you're living right now, and you are following that calling. Okay, this card says, oh my god, what, it says work from the beach. I'm telling you, you are a beach person. Okay. Say hello to the digital nomad life. Your office is anywhere you want to be. So I just picked out this card. This doesn't really have to have the same message, okay? But look, the beach, that one word is enough to connect with your reading, right? You are very much a beach person, okay? And probably you did even shift your work life to be, so that you can work from the beach. They see you like, you are someone who enjoys working from the beach, or They see you, if you're not there yet, if you're not living this life yet, they already know that you are someone. They visualize this about you. Probably they know that you would enjoy a work from the beach situation where you can travel. You are really lounging there and enjoying the sunset, and you're near the sea, the coastal life, okay, the tropical life. You're all about that. Then we have the squirrel spirit. Yeah, see, you believe in yourself. Yeah, you have that strong will. You're very strong willed, like I said earlier. You believe in where life is taking you and in yourself. So nothing can make, no outside influences can make you feel, like less worthy, or make you have that low self esteem at all. If they're trying to compare you, right? You're not looking for approval. You believe in yourself and the path that you're following. Okay. It may not be something that is traditional. It might be some unconventional things that you're doing, but you really believe in that and you follow that. Dragon. It says, that's what I'm saying. Beware of self delusion. So, yeah, they think you are delusional, even, okay, to actually believe in all these things that you do. The higher calling, following this path, they even question it. They're like, they probably this person is a bit delusional. You really think life is going to work out that way. They have their own judgments. I wouldn't say no to that. They really think that you are a bit delusional when it comes to the way you navigate life, the decisions you make. Right? You may not be following what everyone is doing. You're not really worried about that safety net. Probably you're making a lot of sacrifices right now in your life, and people really feel, they're projecting their fear onto you, like how is file number 2 doing. Aren't they worried about their financial security, or even their health insurance, or whatever it is that they lay importance to, or owning a house even, right? I don't feel like you really bother or care about these things. Then we have horse, short journey. I think they see you like, taking a lot of trips, like short journeys, a quick trip to go somewhere out and coming back. Something about travel and journey is very highlighted in your message, in your reading. Okay, so they do see you as someone who likes to take a short journey. You, even if it is not physical, you might also like, do a mental cleansing kind of a journey and come back but with a new perspective, or even a new plan to do things. Okay, you don't take failure, you don't see it as failure. You just see it as something like, a direction. You're being put into a different direction. Okay, this is not working out. You're very much focused on the next step, and getting there on a broader sense, right? You're not worried about the next, failure. For you, it is like, okay, that is okay, okay, fine. That means that is not my path. I have to go this way. I have to go that way. You're figuring it out. You don't even have a map, okay? So you're just listening to that higher calling and you're moving. You're moving in this direction. It says you're always on my mind. This person is always thinking about you. They are always thinking about the kind of things that you're doing, how you are. I think you kind of inspire this person in a way, but they kind of maintain a distance, like from you, because they know that they don't want to like suffocate you or anything, and they want to just mm, let you be as you are. And maybe if you are interested, only probably they will try to talk to you or be in your space. This can go for even friends, okay, not just a partner or a crush. They might be giving you your space, okay. They like, okay, something, there is a pull towards you, although they don't a lot of things don't align. Your belief system, the things that you do don't align with how they feel. how they feel, as in how they believe, okay? But they have this pull towards you. They find you tempting. They find you like, like you are like a siren. It's not like, you're not from this world. So you don't act like you're from this world. Like you are, tamed or even groomed by the situations and surroundings and the structure that we live in, right? You have your own, you have your own rhythm and your own way of life. So it says indulgent. You are worthy of every desire, every dream. See, this is what I'm talking about. They want you to, experience all your dreams and all your desires. So they're giving you that space to do that. And I don't see them, barging into your space and trying to in do like anything for you, because they know that you love your space, you know what you're doing. They just really admiring you from far. So you will demand what is yours and demand what you need. You have that willpower. You will go and take it. Okay. See, this is the imagery of someone in the bathtub and they're naked. They're who they are. They're very indulgent. And the water and the moon for me is representing emotions, right? There is like a stream also on the outside, like a river or a stream, and the moon is full moon, right? So there is this energy where how deeply connected you are with your emotions. Okay, there's something stable about it, and you are very indulgent that way. Like you're very calm, like you don't know, like future plans, what it is, what is going to come. You're not worried about all that. You're just trusting the calling. See, even the river, right? It is like a direct, it's a water body. Something about water. You're very close to this water and this calling. Something magical there, even. So you will trust the guidance, even of water. I feel even water keeps guiding you. I don't know in what way. This could be your emotions or just being at the beach or a water body brings you that calmness, and you're very indulgent there. Okay, moon, water, emotions. I am picking up this last cards. So we have the hermit. Okay, I feel like this is their energy. This is not something here. They do feel like you are someone who loves your own space and probably like your own company. The hermit holding the light, right? And this staff here. The staff is representing the willpower. So I feel like yes, you are trying to just find the next step as to where to go and trying to figure things out in life. Okay, and they also feel like you have some kind of a heartache that you are trying to maneuver right now, even with um, even with facing some hurdles or facing dead ends, even with people or with your experiences, you have the willpower to move on, to move forward. When I see these lines, I feel like something is zooming. Okay, so yeah, you have the willpower, even with all these three swords in your that is like stabbed into your heart and wedged there, right? You will still move on. Okay, you are about that higher calling. This light, when I see it, is about you gathering information, looking deep within, being guided by that inner compass and your light, right? Inner light. You are moving forward. Something about, I think they're being very respectful towards you and your space. They have that respect for that. And in a way, they do find you very inspiring. And I don't know if they will, by any way, is willing to be, following your footsteps or live in the lifestyle that you live, but they definitely want to follow their authentic path. Okay? They want to do that. So you inspire them in that way. And you are very, you are someone who loves your own company. Okay, you don't need a lot of people around you. Something about you is showing that you're trying to figure something out, finding some answers probably, and they see that, but you are on their mind. Okay, so that is it for your reading, pile number twos. I hope it resonated with you. Please do comment below and like the video if it did, or if you really want to. And I shall see you in my next reading. Bye bye. Hello, beautiful souls of pile number three. Welcome to your reading. So let's find out what their honest thoughts and feelings are about you. Okay. So when I say them, it could be anyone. It could be a romantic interest. It could be a crush. It could be a group of people, your friends, your colleagues. Let's find out who is popping into your mind right now. It's probably them. Okay. So I have a few stickers here. Okay, so let's see what the meanings are, whatever is coming through, right? So we have Niagara Falls, Canada. So when I look at this imagery, right, it is of a waterfall. Waterfalls are about being in the flow state and transformation. And also, I think Niagara Falls is something that has the waterfall there is has the highest flow rate, which means it is also generating a lot of electricity. Okay, there is, like, there's some energy about you being such a powerhouse. You are very powerful. I don't know what it is about you. Is it your physical power, or your aura, or your courage? Something about you is very, your intellect even. Okay, it is very powerful, and it is in a flow state all the time. Okay, something about you being in powerful flow state. Obviously, people can look at you from far. Even from far, they are they're usually seen. All these images that I see of people who takes pictures near the Niagara Falls is them wearing this raincoat, right? Because of the water really, like, spraying on them. So yeah, people cannot, ignore your energy or your power even from a distance. Okay, because it is of that magnitude. That is what I'm seeing. So it's that red color around it, that is what it is reminding me of. Like, be careful. Pile number twos, they are very powerful. They're really powerful. So even if you're watching them from a distance, you cannot ignore or escape that powerful energy of pile number two. So I don't know in what way this power is, coming out or channeling out of you. We'll see, we'll find out. So this is what they think. Okay, we're talking about their honest thoughts. So they think that this way about you. You cannot escape pile number two's power. They're like a powerhouse of something. See, we have a lot of books stacked up like this, and we have, like flowers, like an aesthetic appeal to it. And if you look at these books, these are old. Okay, the sides, you can tell by the sides of the book, they're old. And also, the books mentioned here are old classics. It says Sense and Sensibility, Persuasion, Pride and Prejudice, Emma. I can't read the rest. I think it is some park. Yeah, I cannot read the other two. But yes, I think this is speaking about how they see you as a very classic being. Okay, you're very classic and classy. When I say classic, you really speak, the way you speak, it is as though you're listening to someone from that period of time. Okay, because there is some depth to it, the way you use your language, right? It is not the current, the current slangs or the trendy language that you speak in. You really speak with that, there is luxury in your words, and in your taste even. Okay, you're giving very classic vibe. What else do they think? It says send it. What is this? What is send it? This, I don't know, this is reminding me of Subway. The logo, Subway logo. Isn't Subway logo like this? Send it. Maybe you like Subway, or why are they saying send it? Like send it to them, or you're sending them? No, you're sending them to the outer orbit. Yes, you are sending them into the outer orbit or something, because that is how powerful you are with your energy and with your aura. See, it shows different directions here, to the left and to the right, and feel like you're just sending them, either physically or even, like transporting them mentally to a different space altogether, like outer space altogether with your energy. Let's find out what your cards have to say. I'm ready when you are to take that next big step. Feel like you are very patient. You understand that you have this powerful energy, so they think that you are patient with people who has to gather their strength and their power when it comes to wisdom or their skill set or anything. You will be patient with them. Okay, you will not be like, okay, I am so strong, let me try to compete with you and win over you or something. You don't do that. You are patient with people around you. You will wait for them. Something about your patience. Okay, you will wait for them and you will take the step, next big step with them. Okay, you don't leave people behind. That is what is coming through. It says burnout, exhaustion, depletion, loss of spark, prioritize deep rest. What is this energy about you? I feel like you have so much power and you give so much to people, right? That they sense that you probably experience burnout, exhaustion, but this could also be about them. Okay, being in your energy and your aura and your magnetic power, right? They cannot keep up and they are experiencing burnout. But this is something that they do on like, it's their own doing. It has nothing to do with you, because you're seen as someone who's very patient. Okay, and you can't help it that you you are of this magnitude. Okay, something about your intellect or your power, everything is of a bigger magnitude, and you might really like these people or this person, and you are willing to do as much as you can, be patient with them, but they are experiencing burnout, okay, in your energy. Something about you being with you is like they can't keep up. They're finding it exhausting, like they need rest. What is this? Okay, it says I'm drawn to your sensuality. Yeah, so they're drawn to your sensuality. This is what is sending them to that upper and the outer orbit that we were talking about, out of the stratosphere. Is it, like, are you burning them with desire? Is it, they are finding you so desirable and sensual that, they need to really take rest? Oh my God. Then we have sacred waters here. Okay, it says, drunken by the swell of the sea, I can feel the blanket of her embrace. This, but they're really enjoying this powerhouse of energy that you have, right? They're really swimming in that energy and unafraid of the presence, releasing the cards. I call her in, I call her deeply within. It feels like they had experiencing some kind of pull towards you, even though they are sensing this burnout in your presence and in your energy, or this burning desire that they sense towards you. They really are indulging in that desire. Okay, so they don't know if it is good or bad, because there are some dark waters beneath them. So they feel like you are your energy is that magnetic. Okay, let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. We have bless and release. Wish them well and then release them from your energy. Your peace is paramount. Yes. Something about you, they've noticed that, you don't hold grudges, you don't hold any kind of resentment towards people. You always bless them well, bless them and release them. Okay. You don't hold that kind of grudges because probably I think you are aware of what kind of energy that you have, and if you shift that to something like resentment and hate, you probably might believe that it could cause some harm to them even in spiritual sense. So you don't want to do that, so you really very consciously bless and release this energy. Okay, you are seen as someone who's in the flow state, who's always enjoying, really, even in murky waters, you're seen, and you're seen as a very sacred person. Okay, when I say sacred waters, it's just reminding me of a lotus flower, right? It is growing out of murk and dirt, and it is rising about, and it's so beautiful, right? So there is something about your strength. Okay, this could be your inner strength or your strength altogether. It is giving a very, very wise, and someone who has really bloomed from some dark places, right? You really bloomed out of those spaces and from places that that people might have thought, okay, no, no, this person is not going to really make it. You really bloomed from that. That is why you're carrying all this energy with you. That's why you're so peaceful. So I don't know if you can hear it. There is the calling bell is ringing, and it is the sloka, I think, Om Bhur Bhutsa Swaha, right? You should try Googling that and seeing what that means. Maybe there is a message there. Tatsavitur Varenyam, that one. Bargo Devasya Devahi, Yo Yo Na Prachodayat, Yo Yo Na Prachodayat. I think that is how it is. I've forgotten the words. It says promotion, the new title, darling. Yeah, I feel like they see you, they see you growing, and nothing can stop that. Okay, you're growing wherever you are, wherever you are placed, right? You will grow. That is what we were talking about when it comes to the lotus, right? Like people having this opinion about you that, what, how is it even possible? I don't think they can make it. They won't really make it that far in life. They will not really grow. But there is this energy where you're just growing. You are just who you are because of your aura. Your energy is so bright and so magnetic, so powerful. You can grow from anywhere. Okay, there's nothing that can stop you. You can't contain you, so they feel like they cannot contain you anywhere. Okay, spirit animal, it says porcupine spirit. Time for beginner mindset. Yes, you will grow, and you always have the beginner mindset. Okay, that is why you're very humble even towards people who are like if they are in their beginner mindset. You understand that, and you will wait for them. You will patiently be there for them. Okay, they will not leave them behind. And because you have been in that beginner mindset many a times in your life, you had to, I wouldn't say had, you knew that you had to, have that mindset in order to, in your next phase, right? It is, everything is different, so you need to have that beginner mindset. You don't have that ego. They feel that you don't have that ego when you grow, when you're promoted, or even in your company if you're promoted, right? You are not coming from a place of ego. Okay, now I can boss around people, I can really have that authority. I can, um I don't know, misuse my powers or something. No. Then we have tulip, great passion. Yeah, feel like a great passionate energy. This is coming from you and also towards you. Okay, they have this great passion towards you even, and they also see you as someone who is very passionate about the kind of things that you do. Right? It's a very The passion is overflowing when it comes to you. So we had the Niagara Falls here, right? Very overflowing. What else? What else do I see? Yeah, see, we have tower here. So it says solid foundation, success with effort. Yes, yes. You have built whatever you are, right? It is your own doing. All the success that has come to you, you're very well deserving. This person feels this about you, okay? There's nothing that they would say, oh my god, no, pile number 3 does not deserve that, it was like luck or favoritism or anything like that. No, people never say that because they have, it is like quite open, and they cannot really say it because it seems like you are grown from something that, there's nothing. From nothing you become something really big, and of something of bigger magnitude, right? So that is your energy that they are really appreciate it here. And this is their unfiltered thoughts about you. They have great passion too towards you, and they see that you are someone who is very passionate towards the things that you do, and with whatever actions that you're taking, right? It is never for any kind of selfish reasons. It is for all the right reasons. You're very passionate, you want to help people, you're very kind that way. But it is, they feel like it is a little difficult to, to keep up with your energy. And this is not your doing, it is all their own doing. Like, they're feeling a bit maybe they're feeling a bit disappointed that they cannot keep up with you no matter what they do. And it is just who you are, okay? See, we have the King of Pentacles energy and the Queen of Wands energy. What a beautiful cards to come together. I mean, I really love that for you. They really think that, you are building that solid foundation of materialistic wealth in your life right now, okay? You have the energy of that king when it comes to getting things done, and doing it in the right way, okay? Knowing what to do. You can multiply, I'm sorry, you can multiply from, you can multiply a small thing into something very big. You have that energy, you have that endurance, you have the strength, and you have the willpower, okay? You also have the wisdom. Your aura is very magnetic, powerful that way. That is why, you're able to pull all this wealth towards you, right? I don't think you're doing it with a lot of efforts even. It might just be like, just being aware of what to do. You're not doing scattered work. Your energy is not very seen as very scattered. So they feel that, you really know what you're doing. Okay. That is why you are rising above. You're very successful. You're seen as very successful in this pile. Okay. You're very successful, but you're grounded with the beginner's mindset. Okay. You are someone who's building a solid foundation or has built a solid foundation with great effort, and you are really climbing that ladder of success in your life, okay? Building that empire that you've been wanting, or the castle, with even sharing your wealth with people, making sure they are also taking the right. When the king has a lot of materialistic wealth with them, okay, their kingdom is also experiencing the same, right? I mean, yes, that is what a good king does. And the King of Pentacles, I see him in a good light right here, right? And like how they see you, you're your power is that magnetic and is of that magnitude. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, very creative. You're very creative energy, very light-hearted. You're ruling. You're on the Queen, more feminine energy here. Okay, well, more feminine energy. You have this leadership qualities that is more light and more, queen of wands queen of wands has wands energy as well. I see wands energy has a bit of a masculine touch to it, okay? Somebody who's ready to take inspired action, very inspired action. They are lot very creative when it comes to how they do things. And I feel like because they're also very nurturing, okay? They have that connection with the other side, the other world, and they're very nurturing, and they will nurture others as well. See, this is why they feel like, there is a sense of burnout with your energy, because your energy is that of someone who's leading, someone who is in the position of, or a title of a king or a queen, right? With that title, it is hard to compete with that title unless and until you are also a queen or a king from some other place or region, and you're literally fighting for territory or something. Really can't. You can only admire them from far. You can only have that wishful thinking of, oh my god, I wish I knew them a little bit closer, or I felt confident enough to be in their presence or get close to them, because this person is seen admiring you from far, very passionately. Okay, they, even though they are far, they can really feel your energy, that magnetic energy in a, like a, in a big magnitude. Okay, they can sense that, yet they are there, standing there with their raincoats and getting getting like sprayed on with your power and energy, right? We didn't speak about how this is sending them to outer space, your sensuality, your passion, your aura, the kind of things that you do, your strength, the foundation, your journey, your success, right? And you, how grounded you are, how nurturing you are. You don't hold grudges or resentment. I mean, that, why would a king and queen hold such basic, like, resentment, right? No, if it is time to fight, they will fight. And there is also this classic aura about you. See, we're going to the time period of the king and the queens and all that, and the word sacred has come through. And yes, so all this is giving a very classic touch, to a different time period. It feels like you've been brought from that world to this world to bring changes to this world. Okay, someone who is like, preserved or like reborn from that era with that history and knowledge into this world, like very rich. You, your words are rich, your wisdom is rich, your intellect is rich, right? It's like opening Shakespeare and reading, right? It is something like that. The work, if you read books and novels and work of great uh, writers from that period, I feel like that's how you generally speak to people. That's how you are. Okay. So that kind of wisdom is I really miss that kind of culture and wisdom. Okay. I feel like we are downgrading and degrading from that rich past. Okay. There's a lot of things when it comes even to materialistic things, right? The quality and the quantity and uh, the richness of it all, the luxury of it all. I don't see that in the present world. It is not available to a lot of people. I feel like they are bringing that richness back, okay, with their influence, and they are like, when I say they, it is you. Okay, it is you. Sorry, I became that person, and I'm just talking like they are talking. So you are seen as this person who has this so much flow state and this much powerhouse of energy, right? Like I did speak about how you, like the Niagara Falls generating electricity, probably for the whole of New York and Ontario, right? A lot of places, a lot of people. So your influence is that big, that great, and that vast, and they are sensing this. I don't know. I think this is something. I want to hear from people of pile number three what this reading means to you. What are they talking about? How do you see yourself in this light? Because I'm curious, because every time I do a reading, some new things comes about, and I'm like, wow, that is something new. Like it's a different, totally different reading from pile number one and pile number two, and I'm so curious to know, like, who are these people and what does it mean to them, and uh, Is there anything nuanced detail that you've picked up from this reading about you that connected with you, right? I would love to connect with you. So please do leave a comment if you picked file number three, and let me know how this reading, resonated with you in any way. So that is it for you, file number three. I shall see you in my next reading. Until then, bye bye.